706. You're on the air.
Hey, that would be me. This is Kathy. How are you, Richard?
Thank God I got to you, Kathy. How are you?
Thank God.
I knew you'd be furious with me, and you'd say all kinds of mean things about me on Twitter if I didn't.
Yes, you know it. I have so enjoyed 3 o'clock live chat. That has just been so much fun. But I want to talk about, because I know you don't have too much time, I want to talk about what I think is going on with soaps and how mad I am about GH. I really think that we're going to lose our soaps if they don't wake up and look at story. And I know that's been the topic tonight. But, you know, it's like you said, they're doing things that these characters wouldn't do. Sam would have kicked John out of Alexis's house when she said, I'm calling Jason if you don't leave. She would have called Jason, you know? And all this stuff is just so out of what the characters would do. They've built this love story for 10 years. And frankly, this love story is what brought me back to soaps. I'd been watching GH for like 40-something years. And, you know, I just kind of lost interest because it wasn't keeping up with, like you said, it wasn't keeping up with the times. And there were more options and more channels and more things to watch, and it just wasn't holding our interest. And this love story became such a natural thing that wasn't something that they planned. You know, they planned it to be, you know, just an oddball character that bounced from guy to guy and whatever. But when she came along to Jason, then something developed, and they had dialogue that made it matter. And I think with this rape story, you know, they've lost they're losing the opportunity to have that dialogue again, you know?
Well, the interesting thing is I feel like they're actually kind of, in some ways, losing even some of, you know, obviously not the really ardent Jason and Sam supporters, but even some of the Jason and Sam supporters, I'm kind of surprised how often I see things from people saying, you know, listen, I'm a big Jason and Sam fan, but I got to say I'm really digging, you know, John McBain and Sam. And hold on one second there. Listen there. Go ahead, Kathy. What were you saying?
Okay, I'm just so disappointed in what they're doing to this love story. And they have such an opportunity to bring viewers back to soaps. I mean, they've already done the damage with the rape. I wish to God they hadn't done that, or they hadn't at least done it in Hawaii, because the people that love this JaSam love story, you know, Hawaii was such an important thing to them. And to have it butchered, you know, here he wanted to finally do more for her and finally show her that, you know, that she's first in his life and all the things that, you know, she'd been waiting for and that their relationship had suffered for were finally coming to pass. And if they were going to have Franco attack her and do a rape story, they should, number one, have not done it in Hawaii, but number two, they should do this rape story justice, and they should show the real drama between the husband and wife dealing with it. And they also should show the real drama between this husband and wife dealing with it, and have things that Sam would do and things that Jason would do be a part of this story. They're just having them do things that are so out of character. And
well,
I
feel like they're doing something that really has always bothered me when soaps do, and that is using rape in the aftermath as kind of a plot point without playing the actual.
Exactly.
It's
and
weird because
if they wanted to bring if they wanted to bring McBain on, and they wanted to have some Sam and McBain interaction, could have on as a nemesis to Sonny and Jason, and have Sam be who Sam is. She's going to stand up for her husband no matter what. She's loved this man, you know, forever, and she will till the day she dies. And, you know, let it be that kind of conflict between her and McBain, you know? Don't let it be this contrived, you know, ridiculous relationship that's developing out of thin air. You know, there's no basis for it. He hasn't done anything to, you know, to be important to her, you know. And I'll tell you this too. You know, Jason, the character, has had all these women in his life and keeps all these women in his life, all of whom he's slept with. any woman that would put up with that is one hell of a woman. So, fine, bring somebody in that she can lean on, but the McBain story doesn't make sense because he's a cop and he's, the antithesis of who they are and probably soon to be a nemesis to who they are. So, it just doesn't make sense.
Well, I have to interrupt there, though, because that's not necessarily out of character with Sam. Let's not forget that Sam was involved with Lucky for quite a while, and Lucky was a cop.
Yeah, but she wasn't with Jason. So that's why it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense.
But to sort of say that, but it's sort of not fair to say that that's not in keeping with her character because, she's been with a wide swath of guys. She's been with good guys. She's been with bad guys. She's sort of, like Liz. She's been with people on both sides of the fence.
Please don't say like Liz. Oh my God! Don't start that.
They're, you know what? In some ways, they are very similar. They've been involved. Not only have they both been involved with Jason, they've both been involved with bad guys. They've both been involved with good guys.
Yes, but here's the thing.
They actually have a lot in common. I mean,
oh my God! Let me just say this as a true Sam fan, as a legendary, Liz, not fan. I think the character Liz, nothing against Becky, but the character Liz, to me, has no redeeming qualities whatsoever other than the fact that she drags her ass to work every day. There's just not one good thing I can say about that character. What I can say about the Sam character is...
because that's your bias, and that's exactly what I'm trying to avoid tonight. What I
enjoy about watching the Sam character is that, yes, she's flawed, but she learns from her mistakes. She gives us a chance to see somebody grow. She gives us a chance to see somebody that follows her heart and is true to who she is and is true to who she loves. And that's a good thing, no matter somebody's flaws. The Liz character, on the other hand, come on. This woman climbed 16 flights of stairs
but
in a blackout.
No. We're not going to go there because that's exactly what I said from the very top of the show we weren't going to do. This isn't about picking Jason and Sam and bashing Liz, or picking Liz and Jason and bashing Jason. Because that goes against everything. I cannot listen to people saying things like people in the chat room are saying right now. If Liz and Jason were together, the ratings would go through the roof. No, they wouldn't. The ratings aren't.
No, they wouldn't.
You're right. The ratings are, but they're not going to be better if Jason and Sam are together either. No soap rises or falls based on any one couple. It's based on a whole myriad of factors.
This is true, but the topic of this discussion for the night was...
But wait, let me finish here. So when I hear, things like what's going on in the chat room where, they're saying that I'm stirring up trouble by bringing up this topic, I have to say, I have to call BS on that, because here's the thing. Mature people, which we all are, can have conversations from different points of view without, the kind of pettiness that some of the people in the chat room are trying to stir up. And it's not on me, it's not on you, it's not on, it's,
Well, it's just like any viewer is going to like certain characters over other characters.
Right. Exactly.
The whole chemistry of a soap is many situations. It's not just Jason and Sam. It's not just Sunny and whoever the part of the day is. It's not just, Dante or Lexus or whatever. It's the ensemble that keeps us interested. But for my personal benefit, my favorite part of the show is this love story. And for my personal benefit, I'm so disappointed in the way the writing is going.
Right, I get that. But I'll tell you the same thing I've told every person I've ever had this conversation with. If you or anyone else watches any soap for one couple or one story or one actor, you are inevitably going to be in for a world of disappointment, because anybody who knows. Because
but you know what? And there's something else too, though.
Please don't interrupt.
Okay, go ahead.
Because anybody who knows anything about the soap opera genre knows that no couple lasts forever, unless they're the tentpole couple of the show, and then that couple tends to be a very boring couple, and nobody wants that. So so for the people who think that by mentioning Liz's name in the same breath as Jason and Sam, I'm somehow stirring up trouble, or that I would say to them that they're looking at a very narrow worldview of what a soap opera is, and they're bound to be disappointed because when a writer like Ron Carlivati, who does understand the value of mixing things up, comes in and decides to play all three of the characters in the story, which he's going to do, they're going to be very upset. And frankly, I don't understand that level of upset. I don't understand, being able to look at it and say, it's a television show. I'm not going to get that worked up.
I know.
You know what I mean?
Well, I sent you some tweets the other day, and I'm not sure you got them.
I read just about every tweet I get, or at least I try.
To be honest, I was out with friends, and Patron was part of that conversation, so I don't know how much of it you got. But you were saying, why do we have these reactions to soaps when we don't have these reactions on time? And I tried to respond to that by letting you know how I feel about it, is that, we let this show into our lives 5 days a week, 315 days a year.
Exactly, and that is the difference.
For 40-something years, So we are invested in them the way we would be invested in, Gone with the Wind and Pride and Prejudice, I'm not one of these people that subscribes to, if your couple gets together, then that's the end of the story. I think it's time for soaps to evolve to the point where, if there is a couple, whether it's my couple or whoever, if there is a couple that gets together, it's not the end of the story. It's the beginning of the story.
Mm-hmm.
There's a world of opportunity to write, of trials and tribulations, ups and downs, and how they get through it together would be a nice change. I don't think it's the end of the story if you let them be happy. I mean, you've got the wonderful fiction of the mob couple, of the, of all the things that you could write off of to give them adventure, and the PI, They can have a world of adventure and interest and things to keep us on the edge of our seat, It doesn't have to end if you let them be happy,
Well, I believe on that, I'm going to give you a big amen.
Amen. Let them be happy, my God. I don't know of another soap opera woman character that has suffered as much as this poor girl has. I not only want her to have a baby girl, I want her to have twin baby girls. She's due some happiness.
All right. Well,
so that's
Kathy,
my Sam rant for the night.
Well, from your lips to the baby god's ears, let's see what happens.